Yeah, Paul was a baseball player, and used to go to the games with my friends and everything. And I did meet Paul there, and he just asked me, if I wanted to do something after, and I said, sure. And so that's when we went to, it was a bar restaurant, and he'd get beer and everything, and I didn't drink or anything, so I would just kind of sit there and drink pop, had a lot of pop.
Yeah.
And
So how long did you guys see each other before you moved to Milwaukee?
well, we went off and on together, you know. But the reason I actually went to Milwaukee was because I thought, what's the sense, he preferred going to the bars and everything, and so I just thought I'll just go down to Milwaukee and live with my friends down there.
Yeah. So what was it about Paul that you why did you decide to even continue dating him on and off in the first place? What were the things that you liked about him to make you want to date him?
Well, he was he was really funny. He had a good sense of humor and everything, and he had a lot of friends and stuff, and so we just all hung around together. The friends and Paul and I and everything, and we just I just thought he was fun to be with and everything, so we started dating and everything. But like I said, then when he was going to the bars so much, I thought, what's the point, so that's when I went down to Milwaukee.
And then you were there for a while, and then he asked you to come back, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, he asked me to come back, and so, like I said, I thought about it for a while, but then I finally decided I'd go back, because he'd say, well, I'm not drinking anymore, I'm not doing this or that, but that was just to come on. But I didn't know that, so I just went back, so.
So when you got back, did he stop drinking for a little while, or did he just continue going on like it was?
He tried to quit drinking, but it's actually like, he just couldn't, it's just one of those things that once you start, it gets in your blood, I guess, and he just kept drinking.
So if that was the case, then when he proposed to you, how did that go?
Yeah, well, that's when he said, I'm going to give up the drinking and everything.
So did he propose to you in Milwaukee or in Marquette?
It was actually,
Like, tell me about what you remember about the actual proposal.
what's that?
Tell me what you remember about the proposal.
When he actually proposed?
Yeah, did he do the whole get down on one knee and all that, or?
No.
Okay, so tell me, so what happened?
Well, he said, what do you think, this was in Milwaukee, what do you think of this? He said, if we got married. And I said, well, I just can't, marry anybody that drinks like you. He said, well, that's when he said, I'm just gonna give it up. I just won't be drinking and stuff. And so I believed him, and I went back to Marquette.
Oh, okay. And then did he at least stop drinking until you guys actually got married? Or did he start drinking up before the wedding?
He was pretty good. He just like had a couple beers and that was it,
Oh, okay.
you know. And so I just thought, well, you know, I think everything will turn out okay, you know. And I actually, my mom even said, she says, oh, and my stepdad knew that family, his family and stuff, and he said, he's not gonna stop drinking. And I said, oh yeah, he will, you know, 'cause he said he was gonna and everything. And even my mom said, Margaret, she said, I think you better think about this,
Yeah.
you know, and so I did. Thought about it, but not long enough, I guess. So,
So then, what was the wedding? What was the wedding like? Did you guys have a full wedding in a church and everything?
oh
Or?
yeah, it was at St. Peter's Cathedral. We had a big wedding there, and all my friends and, you know, relatives and everything. It was a real nice wedding and everything. So,
And then where did you end up going for the honeymoon? Did you have a honeymoon?
yeah, we went down to Lower Michigan. It wasn't any big deal. We went to, I forget the places, but it was Lower Michigan.
Okay.
And we went to, and we did actually visit one of Paul's sisters who lived in Lower Michigan. We went over to visit with her for a while, and then we came back home
Okay.
to Marquette.
And then you guys, is that when you moved into the basement? No. Or the basement was in Detroit, or right? Or
No, we moved to Berg Avenue, and that was right across from St. Peter's Cathedral.
oh, okay.
We lived there. And there was, it was a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh, sorry, not Detroit. And then you guys moved to Ann Arbor for a little while, didn't you?
Then we moved to, oh, that wasn't when I was married to him, though.
I thought you moved to Ann Arbor with Paul.
Wait a minute. I have to think about that.
When you had to live in that basement.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did move. And first we lived in this real nice place, but it cost too much, so then
You had to move to the basement in Ann Arbor.
yeah.
And then after Ann Arbor, now had you had Karen yet while you were in or was that after you moved back? Is that when you had Karen?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we pick up there? So you moved back and you had Karen, and then how did things go with Paul once Karen was born?
Well, at first, you know, he'd come home, and I was just, after I had children, and some women get this, it's like a postpartum thing.
Yeah, postpartum depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
you get
serious.
that, and I got that after every kid, and so I would just beg him to come home because I just needed somebody there, and he never did, so I found myself crying a lot.
Yeah.
And being home by myself, you know, and it was like that after each kid, you know, he would do that. So, it was just, but I just being a Catholic, you know, it's like you can't get a divorce or
You
any
gotta
of
stick
that,
it out.
you know, so I just thought I have to stick it out and everything, you know. And so I did for a few years.
Yeah, so how long were you married to him before you finally got a divorce?
I think it was like just 10.
10 years?
Uh-huh.
And you filed for divorce,
Mhm.
and then he moved out, and you had the house and the kids, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I had the house with the kids.
Okay, so once you guys were divorced, did Paul ever come back around or see the kids or try and get you back or anything like that?
He actually, we went to the lawyers and all that, and they said, that he could visit the kids, but he never did.
Oh.
But later he said he would park outside to see if anybody would come to visit me. He was still jealous and stuff.
Oh, so he would come and just see if any other guys were coming to visit you? Gotcha.
And so anyways, but I didn't know that, of course,
Yeah, that's
So
pretty crazy, to be honest.
yeah. So anyway, we just went on, and the kids, they just didn't really get to know him very well.
Yeah. What it sounds like. And then eventually things just parted ways.
Pardon?
And then eventually you just parted ways and never really saw him again too much.
No.
When was the last time you saw Paul? Before, would you say?
Well, I'd see him on the street or something.
I know. So I mean, you personally, Grandma. When was the last time that you can remember seeing Paul? You know what I mean? Has it been 50 years? Ever? When you moved from Marquette, did you ever see him again after that?
Oh, when I moved, no, I didn't. He didn't. Although I have to say, he did come down to Milwaukee. Did I tell you that?
When you first moved to Milwaukee?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you told me that.
Oh, okay. Get that then.
Yeah, that's how he got you to come back to Marquette in the first place, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's when he kind of proposed to you and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that. So
Okay.
I think we're good.